Alright. Titled A Fallen Bird's Testimonical Confession to Time. A fallen bird's testimonial confession to time, verse by verse. The key of time lies behind a locked door, a lock by a key that no mind has in store. An answer is locked in you, but detrimentally unseen and temporarily ghostly unknown, till still lies at each's core. Waiting, verse by verse. These things called lives we lead are 24/7 in demand of fulfillment to the idle hands. Extravagant tantric elevations as each is their own, so no one can truly understand. Unless projected through melatonic lands, verse by verse of intertwining strands, audientiously now poured, outlandishly peaceful into and out mic stands, verse by verse. Scripted now as considerable paperish ink to keep not your mind, but mine, of rebellious dictionary intent on course, verse by verse. Undepicted now as slaverish link becomes the curse, a variable seated infest to sequentially feed the need, propagating details to logistically orderlistic centrifugal force, verse by verse. Now, as hernationless tales of imagination light circuits to the world's mainframe central configurations, for nations united like bodily organs, clear as rivers flow, spread in vain simulations, verse by verse. Everyone's untrivial words, pumped loudly warm as hearts through winds of voice, equals rhapsody a quantum, equilibrium levitations of matrix tribulation, in which, to reach maximum high score, you don't have to place a quarter to play the simulation. If you, verse by verse. For my personified view, it's simple. It's a mental painted mural to choke out the lyrical ripcord surfing symbiotic hypnosis of a fallen Romeo's psychosis till all the world blurs in a verse-by-verse twirl. For I seek what cannot be bleak in 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, like an infinite, infamous, Twitter-pated geek. In time has me entranced to the second power of speechful influence I hope to always be able to speak, verse by verse. This internal phase constantly hitting me hard as an internal daze. Externally weakened, burnt to a crispy glaze. Is it my funeral or is it to be my end days? Confusion's infliction infused by Cupid's seduction as all pays serenity to the viral host containing pains of faces I built into thy own maze. Truth's dictation, I must welcome the constriction's conviction and walk the path time lays, verse by verse. Even if I feel my mind sends these words to death, as from my lips into air's purge, as it strips dogmatically from each breath, verse by verse. Because in this chronicle chapter, life's contained in a bottle labeled distilled prayers and in-time delirium. Yet, sorrow slayer, the gesture's #1 distractor to the immortal player, that ghost inside my head, even if only to feed my animality soul forever, a ghost in my head, I said. Till I reach my goal, obviously now clear, after verse by verse. My fallen bird's testimonial confession to time, of time to redline only thy own worldly view of its interior design, from day and night sky to the grounded equalness each time I blink an eye, only in my time.